Record. Oh, okay. Okay. So welcome.
I'll write on the text to you. I'm trying to.
Welcome
All
to
right.
Business.
Ah, hello. Yeah. Hello,
Welcome
Kristen.
welcome to John. Good to see
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Hello, Kristen.
Hello. And Heinz.
Hello, how are you? Fine, thank you.
I'm good. And
Nice to
you?
see you. We are doing well, thank you.
Good.
Mm.
Hello, sir.
Welcome to everyone. So we have
Yeah.
25 people signed up for this meeting. So I'm curious to see how many will actually come.
Um, Kristen, can I say something just before? And yeah.
I would rather have it afterwards if it's outside of this meeting because we are starting now.
No, it's just for the meeting because I will leave in 30 minutes for the other
Oh,
meeting.
okay.
Then I just said that we'll be here for
Okay.
some connection and learning for 30 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know that.
Mm.
Thank you. So I would like us to get started and welcome you to this session where we will talk about my judging mind. I have a judging mind, and I think that everyone have a judging mind. And in nonviolent communication, there's a way of going deeper than just staying with my judging mind. And this is what we will be exploring tonight together with Irmtraut and you. And I will start with a few quotes by Marshall Rosenberg, who is the person who developed the nonviolent communication. Among other things, he said that every criticism, judgment, diagnosis, and expressions of anger is a tragic expression of an unmet need. So whenever I judge you, it's actually an expression of an unmet need in myself. And he also said something about when I get upset with another person for something they said or did, that I can ask myself, what exactly did this person do that triggered me judging them? If I can get clear on what did they do or say, it's more likely I can get in touch with my own need. And the last thing I will share with you is that he also said, listen to what people need rather than what they are thinking about us. So this is about coming to the needs instead of judging, and to have compassion for ourselves, because we cannot not judge. It's an automatic function in us human beings that we evaluate everything around us. It's actually part of our survival mechanism. Can I evaluate this food if it's safe to eat it? Can I evaluate the speed of the traffic? Can I cross before the bus, or do I need to wait till after? So we are constantly evaluating or judging our surroundings, but we can become aware of it and we can try to get in touch with our needs. So that it's more likely we can stay in touch with people around us instead of judging them. We go deeper with ourselves. So that's what I wanted to share as a beginning. And Irmtraut?
Yes. When I got to know NVC, I thought judgments are bad. I should not do this anymore. And especially if I want to become a trainer, there's no way that I can judge. And I was really desperate because I didn't know how not to judge. And then I went to a workshop with Gina Laurie and Bridget Belgrave with the dance floors. Maybe some of you came across dance floors in getting to know NVC. There is one card in the self-empathy dance floor that says, welcoming my judgments and claims. And I thought, wow, is this possible with NVC? Then I can be really become a trainer, then I can live NVC. And it was such a revelation for me that it's not just, yes, they are there, it's welcoming them. And in these many years of my NVC life, I realized that these judgments are moral judgments, claims, are signposts to unmet needs. And I learned to appreciate them in this way. That doesn't mean that I share them with people I have judgments about and claims. It is just I take them for my inner process to find out about my needs, what it is really about. So I want to encourage you to embrace your judgments in this way. And Kirsten, I pass back to you.
Yeah. So we had this idea that we would like to invite you for a short exercise. So now I invite each of you to write down, either on your electronic device or on some paper, adjustment that you have of somebody. And it can be both something that you find enjoyable or something you find painful. So we can also have judgments that is something we enjoy, appreciate, or find positive in some way. Like we admire a person is also a judgment. Or is something we are critical about, have pain about, and that we think of as something that we could call negative. So we invite you to write down a couple of these sentences, 1, 2, maybe 3, of each kind. Something where you have a judgment that is enjoyable to you, something you like. This person is wonderful, or this person is so clever, is also a judgment. Or something that's painful. This person is ignoring me, or this person is arrogant. So if you write down a couple of these sentences, then we will invite you to meet in a breakout room with groups of 3, where you help each other identify what could be the need that is alive for me. So instead of staying with my judgment, I go deeper and look inside. What is my need here? And we have a link to a need list for you that I will now put in the chat. So you have a place to look for needs, for some inspiration. Maybe you have been with NVC for a long time and you are very familiar with finding your own needs. Maybe it's quite new for you and you like some support from the list and from the group. So Irmtra, would you like to add something to this?
Yes, I think it can be really exciting to identify the needs. And you have 5 minutes each, and we give you 1 to 2 minutes to arrive there with each other and decide who will start. And for now, I will put Gladys in a room where there are already 3 people, and I put the groups together so that Anne and Dismas, who will leave earlier, can still start there, and there are still 2 people left, so you can leave whenever it's necessary for you to leave.
Thank you. So are you ready to go, or any questions before we start the groups? Are you clear what we invite you for? If there are no questions.
Yeah.
So I would say let's start and have the group work. Anne?
I just tried to open this link you sent,
Yeah.
and it told me it doesn't, I can't open it right now.
Then I need
Can
to
we
look
use
into that.
this wheel instead?
Yes,
if-
sure, sure.
Okay, thank you.
Whatever
See you in a bit.
you want to
Thank
put in
you.
it. Yeah. Thank you.
Mike, I put you in one room.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to agree. I don't know. So welcome back, everyone. And now you have space to share what you experienced. If you have questions about the exercise, there's a space now.
Are we going to report back or we ask questions?
Well, questions around the exercise, about judgments, blames, needs, yes. And if you have questions about the IIT, then we would like to get them later, after we finish this part of the exercise.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I think
you ask if you are reporting back. Yes, I'm very curious to hear what you find out. So I would like you to share. What did you discover?
yeah. Yes, we discussed different issues. We were three of us: Michael from Uganda, Raphael from Kenya, and me from DRC. So for Michael, was saying he has a positive judgment. So he's always amazed when he sees a public speaker. I mean, when someone's giving a good talk, a good lecture, he has a very positive judgment towards the person. So we asked him if he has a negative judgment. He said he always feel off when someone look down at him in whatever situation where he is. And if someone looks down at him, really he becomes negative. He has a very negative judgment towards that person. And Raphael spoke about seeing people carrying guns in his community. He has a very, very negative feeling about that, a very negative judgment. And the area where he comes from, there are a lot of issues, and there are some tribes, they have resources and others not. And he feels he has a negative judgment towards those who have positive resources and can't share. Yeah, so for me, I had also two issues. The first is some tribes back home in DRC, they think other tribes don't have the right to live, to be humans also. So they should be killed. They should be deprived of any resources, anything, just because they are from X tribe. So I always have a very, very negative judgment around that. And the last example that I gave is when I was traveling in the 90s, 2000s, even now maybe, but now it's fine. When I board a plane, a flight with a Muslim, I get very, very scared. I have a very negative feeling about that person because has beard and wearing the robe. So I feel like he's going to bomb the plane. We are going to die. So it took me years to accept that. Now it's fine. I can travel. When I see them, it's fine. But some years back, really, if I board the flight with someone, then I become like that. Then I become very, very judgmental. And now my question is, Justin, before we went, you said that people have judgment because of unmet feelings. So what can it be from the examples? Okay, but apart from the resources, the example Raphael gave from Kenya, that one is understandable because you have resources, we don't have resources. So we have unmet needs. But for the rest, what can you tell me? What can you teach me about the unmet feelings? I don't really get that point very well.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know if what I can teach you, but we can look at it together. And if you describe for me that you feel fear when you are together with people of a certain religion, that you have a negative reaction, and I understand that you're talking about fear or feeling scared, I could imagine that your need could be safety. So can you connect to that need of safety? So if you get in touch with that need for safety and give it a little attention and time just to sit with, I have a need for safety. And when I see certain people who dress a certain way, I start evaluating them, judging them, and I feel fear because my need for safety is not met. Do you feel differently when you are saying my need for safety is not met than when you say that they look in a way that's scary to you? Yeah, I see you nodding.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Safety, I understand. Yeah. The need for safety.
And can you feel that your body relax when you are in touch with safety?
Yes.
That's the whole point, that we come to a different place inside ourselves. The threat might still be there. If it is a threat, it might still be there, but I feel different around it. Thank you. So the other examples, I would like to talk with the people who had them.
Well, I would
also, they would like to talk. Yeah, Irmtraut?
Yes, I would like to check with Kai. I understood from you that it is scary for you, likely. That's my guess, that you feel scared when you see someone with a gun in your community walking around. Is this a feeling you have?
Yes, that's a feeling that I have, but I have to connect it to myself, and the need behind it is security.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
May I come in? I'm a member of the group.
Yeah. Yes.
Mine is. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. My judgment was on public speakers. How I admire public speakers, and I think I have a need for confidence and probably also emotional safety. Is that in order?
Yes, I think so. And maybe also inspiration.
Inspiration, yes. Inspiration.
Yeah, could it also be a need for competence, that you have your own competence to do similar things?
Competence, yeah, that's right, as well.
That too. And it can be several
Yeah.
needs. Yeah.
Yeah, there can be many, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe also need for appreciation.
Mm. Yeah. Can you imagine that?
Thank you, both of you.
Thank you for sharing. I think we could hear one more. If there is one more who would like to share, so we can hear one more and then we go to the questions and answers around the IIT.
I read here Dismas and now Samuel also shared about what they identified in their team. One was from Dismas that he finds Kigali hot nowadays and polluted, and he longs for air, safety, and hygiene, and maybe health. And then Samuel is hungry for connection and shared responsibility. When he sees his father had produced many more children, 20 in brackets, he found him irresponsible. And are there more needs, maybe? Not only connection and shared responsibility. Maybe something like yeah, community, connection, community, that you can have a closer relationship with your father. Or maybe somewhere, yes, you are still with us.
Can I ask another question?
Yes, Samuel doesn't seem to answer. Okay, yes, John.
Yeah, I was asking about these unmet needs. We've spoken safety, confidence, and whatever. How to fulfill those needs? Others, they go with capabilities. So if you don't have those capabilities, what are you going to do? Are you going to remain insecure for all of your life, or how should I deal with it?
I like your question very much, because getting in touch with a need, of course, is only the first step, a very important step. And the next thing would be to look around, what kind of action can I take, or can I ask other people to help me fulfill my need for safety, confidence, and so on. That if I would like to ask people to support me, it's more likely that people really feel some goodwill towards me if I can share my need before I say what I would like them to do. And in your country, the need for safety is not so easy to meet, I think. You need to inspire a lot of people to choose peace before you get safety in the outer world. And maybe safety in the inner world can be a beginning, but it's not the end. We would like to have safety also in the outer world. So I want to hear, Irmtraud, if you want to add something to this, or if you have a different perspective on it.
Yes, maybe an additional, not a different.
Yeah.
I can imagine when I hear that some members of some tribe think that members of another tribe are not really human beings and they should be killed. It could be an option to find a way to bring them together so they can meet each other as human beings. They can see, wow, this is also a human being. They share the same needs. They also want safety. They also need resources to have food, to have shelter. This could be one strategy to support safety amongst these different communities, not only for you personally. Just as one idea.
Thank you so much. It's fine, I understand that. Yeah.
Thank you. So I guess it's time we look at questions around the IIT. So you are invited to type your questions into the chat or simply to speak up and ask your questions here. And
Yes.
if we have many questions, we would like to have questions about the teaching content, the learning content first, and then the practical questions last. And if it's just a few questions, you can also just mix them. So let's hear Samuel. Yeah, Jimtron.
Yes, I also saw Samuel.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, we
Okay,
hear
this is
you.
my question. Yeah, this is my question. Mostly when we work with people who have a problem of trauma, after helping someone who have a problem of trauma, we usually meet the needs. After trauma, usually come with the needs. Like you found someone had a trauma because her house was burned by fire. And you go there as people who want to help her or help them. And after help that family, you found the need that you cannot, is beyond your capacity as a organization, is beyond your capacity. How to overcome that challenge? I don't know if you get my question well. Mostly for the experience that we have, even though it is a small trauma, someone who have a trauma, after helping that someone, usually found the need come after be healed from the trauma. Now, how to overcome that? And you found that it's beyond your capacity, because we are talking about the needs.
Okay, thank you. What I understand from you is there is someone with a trauma, which is related, for example, that their house had been burned. So the first need is, I guess, empathy. That is what you do when you listen to them. And being seen with their pain, emotional safety, someone who cares to be there. That's the first needs you attend to. And what I understand from you is that you might now talk more about physical needs like shelter, having a new house, utensils for cooking and things like this. And yes, maybe you don't have the funds in your organization. Then I think you have different options. You could try to reach out to another organizations who might have the funds. You might ask people in the community if they're willing to donate something to support the person who lost everything. And if nothing of this works, then maybe you need to mourn that you don't have the capacity to do something right now. And to accept that this organization is not in a position to really help. And I wonder how this is for you. Samuel, how does this land with you that there might not be the perfect solution?
Yeah, my question is not about the organization only. It is a normal trauma. Mostly when we face the people who have trauma, after be healed from the trauma, like someone who can find someone who has been raped and been raped, you help her, after help her, and she need a justice. Perhaps she need a justice to go to the courts, and she doesn't have how to go there. And you yourself, you don't have that capacity, like to support how to get the justice. Now, how to handle things like that? Because most of time in the ground, we go to support someone who have a problem of trauma. You finish yourself, you're traumatized because you didn't reach the need of that person. That is it's a big challenge. Now, how to overcome the challenge like that as organization or as someone who helping others who have that problem.
Yeah, what I hear now from you are two different aspects of meeting someone who had been traumatized, like being raped. One is that they want to get justice and they don't have the means to go to court, and how to deal with this. And the other one is you yourself, when you listen to someone who had been traumatized, you could also get traumatized yourself.
Yeah.
And this is something where, in my experience, it is very helpful to have a team of people to whom you then can turn to get empathy for yourself, for your pain, hearing all these stories, and kind of supervision. So support for you. And this is something that would be really important for people who do this work in their organization, to install something like this, that you have regular meetings where you can share your experiences and you get support, you get empathy.
Yeah.
And how to get to someone to the court could be very difficult if you don't have the funds to do so. And I think it might be even equally important that this person can come back to you or to someone else who listens with empathy to them, and to kind of give them justice in a way that they know, I am seen. I am seen with my pain. I am seen with my trauma. There are people who are willing to witness this in some way. So I am not alone. And also to encourage them that it's not their fault that they had been raped. And also we started in Germany, we started to talk about survivors. You are a survivor, not victims. It also gives them a different kind of energy. And I wonder if this is helpful for you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So I would like to say that these topics are very dear to me, and we only have a little more than half an hour left of our time. So I want to also be mindful of giving space to those who have specific questions about the IIT and practical things and the content. And I hope that what the questions you raise here about how can we support each other, that will be a part of the IIT, that we come together, a big group of people, for 9 days, so we get to learn about each other's lives, to know about each other's challenges, and maybe we find someone who will team up with us and support us. So I wonder if we can move in that direction of the specific questions around what will happen in the IIT, what is the training about, and practical issues. If you would like to have some more information of some kind. So, John, I saw you had your hand up. So is it okay for you that we start looking at training?
Yes, yeah, it's fine. Maybe we'll have the chance to talk about it later in the training if this happens.
Yes, this will be definitely have a space, a big space in the IIT. Yeah.
Thank you.
So questions about the IIT? Are you having some unanswered questions?
I have a question.
Thank you.
I'm joining from Nigeria. I just came back from the IIT, first ever in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Good to meet you, and Ngozi. I think those are the two. So I'm happy to connect here. I don't really think I'll make it for the IIT in Kenya. Kenya is a beautiful country. I studied there in Nairobi. I wish I would be, but I have other engagements. But my question is there a way I can connect online? Wise, I know it's an in-person, but is there going to be an outlet for myself who just would love to be there in person but cannot? Is there going to be a kind of a 5, 10, 15 minute summary online for some of us who could come by Zoom and just connect with this, have this communion, this communication, this empathy? That's one. And then the second and last, the second part is, if I want to offer something, can I also do it online? The one of the impromptu offering after dinner. I would love to. That's
Thank you. I can answer the first question because I give you here in the chat a link to CNVC's website, cnvc.org. And if you click on that link and look at for events, there are events offered online and in person around the world, some of them for money, some of them for free. So if you have short of money, you can look up the free offers that are there. That's one part of your question. And Irmtra, would you answer the second part?
Yes, and it's not possible to connect you online with the IIT. And I think you can imagine you just had been to an IIT. It is very intimate and personal when we meet in person. And if somebody would just come online, it would not really work. And the other part, offering something in the evening would be the same, because usually participants of the IIT offer something in the evening. And maybe you had been with NVC Africa yesterday. They are offering options where you can share something during their meetings. So please turn to them and you have chances to offer there something. Does this work for you?
I mean, I feel safe to ask my questions here. I feel heard, and I heard you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I put in one more link in the chat if you want to look at it. It's a 1.5 year long group that I am running online. It starts in May. So you can have a look if that is something that would suit you. There you will be in a group for 1.5 year, meeting every second week and having a support group in the other weeks. So there will be something to do every week as a study of NVC. So that's for everyone. And there are 2 people here who are actually in my group right now. That's Michael and Kai. So they are following the group that I'm running now, and I start a new one in May. Thank you.
May I make a request if this can be sent to about that April, May? I mean, I'll try to remember, but I'm also requesting like a reminder, maybe in the NVC Africa Network. Well, how does that land with you, Kristen?
Yeah, I'm thinking how I can send it to, maybe I can send these links that we're sharing now, I can send it to everyone who is registered for this meeting here. So I
Great.
can copy your emails from the meeting and send it to everyone there.
Beautiful, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That will be fine. Thank you.
Thank you for asking. Other questions about the IIT in Kenya?
Yes, I asked about the content.
Oh.
Can you go through the content, please?
Yeah, that's a big question. Yamcha, do you have a short and clear answer to the content?
Roughly. There is a special content for every day. And I'm not sure if I have all in mind. One is about self-empathy, empathy for the other person, self-expression, which can be a lot of different things like saying no or expressing my anger or just telling you what's going on for me. Then there is evolution, healing from old pain. That means deep empathy processes, mediation, social change, gratitude.
And families and school, the education system.
Sharing NVC, yes.
Yeah.
I think these are the main topics. And that we can also look at requests from participants, what is important for you in this time, and try to also put it into the schedule. And there will be 4 sessions usually in parallel. So you have choices, and for some people that's also painful because they would like to get everything, which is not possible. And you can choose whatever is most important for you. Does this give you enough information?
Yes.
And of course, you can see some of the content also on the website where you have registered. So when you registered that website, I can share that again here. There is also a description there. Yeah, I put that in the chat also. Thank you.
I've got a question.
Yeah, please.
I registered for this IIT in Kenya, but I'm not so sure if they took in my registration. I did it on 20th September with the link which was provided, but I'm not so sure. They said it will come back again. So far, we've not received any confirmation if I'm fully. I don't like it to meet. I don't like to miss it. I don't know how I can be sure that my name has been taken in.
So I'm sure I saw your name.
Yeah, I think there is still some. There's some communication still to come to you, and I know that the organizing team, they are working on this. And I have seen your name on the list. You are on the list, and you will be getting an answer.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes, hope to see you there. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That's definitely the plan, to see you there.
Thank you.
Other questions?
Yeah, good evening. I'm Naomi Ngigi. I'm in Kenya.
Yeah.
I attended a retreat last year in December. But I want to know the difference between the retreat on the IIT. Are they the same thing, or what's the difference? Because now I'm confused, because I thought it's always a retreat, but now I can hear an IIT. I think probably it's a common. It's not I'm supposed to know it, but I don't know why I don't. Yeah. So some clarification about that, please. I'd appreciate. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's for you, Yamtraut, also. This is a good
Well,
question. Thank you for the question.
an IIT is organized by CNVC, and that is kind of a protected name. And the retreat was organized by ourselves. And we happen to be the same trainer team and a similar organizer team. And in the retreat, we covered mainly similar topics. And we are a bit more free to go with what is alive in the group. And for the IIT, the trainers agree on going with the topics for the day, because it's what we inherited, the gift from Marshall Rosenberg, how he did it, and we continue to do this. So there is a slight difference and in content, and for you, in this case, the trainer team is the same.
So I'd like to add to what Imtraut is saying. I'm totally in agreement with what Imtraut have said. And there is also an element to be aware of when it's an IIT organized by CNVC, which is that those who want to become certified trainers, they are asked to attend an IIT. And that will only count as an IIT when it is an IIT. And that's the reason for that curriculum, that there is a certain curriculum that we are asked to be sure that it is covered when it's an IIT, because it's part of the certification process, so that the assessors can know that the participants who went to this IIT, that they have learned these topics that are in the curriculum. So we don't have that strong request when it's our own retreat, then we can take the topics that we like. Is this answering your question, Naomi? I think we lost her. No, Naomi, you're still here? Did this answer your question?
I'm sorry, I lost you for about 1 minute. I'm sorry.
Okay.
When you were explaining, sorry.
So did you get enough answer to your question, or would you like me to repeat something?
I've already had the clarification that I needed. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Other questions?
Yes, I have a question. Like the IIT will be for 9 days.
Yeah.
So what about the consistency? Will it be like maybe for those consecutive 9 days, also there will be some days which will be skipping, and we also during registration there was also some part for maybe requesting for scholarship, and we applied for the scholarship and we've not received the reply from the organization, but I heard it earlier that they are working on it and they will come back to us. So how is that?
Yeah, so I can say something about the 9 days. Yes, it is fully 9 days. There will be one afternoon in the middle somewhere that we call integration day, but it's not the same as a day off. It's a day where there's not a lot of new input, so there's a time to integrate the learning. And those who ask for scholarship or financial assistance, we have some difficulties in confirming you right now, because so we have I can tell you that we have
Ndio, lakini nasema
160
hivyo.
people who like to come. So I'm just meeting. We have 160 people who like to come to this IIT, and we have 2 people who have paid until now. So we get money for scholarship by having some people pay. So we need to have more people who are actually paying. And if you are able to pay something, then be so welcome. So we start having some money where we can help people with financial assistance. But we are very much of the opinion that this will be a training that will happen, and that we will be inviting not everyone who asks for a scholarship, because we don't have that much money, but we will be inviting some of you.
Okay, Dr. Hassan, you raised your hand.
Yes, good evening, Imtrod and Christian. Happy meeting you again. So I hope you had a very nice trip back home from Nigeria. This your friend Hassan from Nigeria. I just want to ask, can somebody who has attended that of Nigeria to attend that of Kenya? Is it possible? Thank you.
In principle, yes. If you have the funds for the travel and hopefully accommodation and meals and tuition, and there could be some support if we get enough donations. And for the travel costs, it's very unlikely. So if you can get money for the travel, it might be an option, and we cannot guarantee.
Okay, thank you very much for the information. I wish you all the best. I hope all will work out, and probably I will see in Kenya by the grace of God.
It'd be great, yes.
Yes.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, so who else would like to ask questions? You have the information you like to have?
Just want to thank everyone and to say have another meeting.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Bye, Kalista.
Thank you, Raj.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask a question. What's next if, for example, we are accepted and trained? So how are we going to use the knowledge that we were trained for? Is there a kind of alumni association and activities and building ourselves, sharing experiences? Yeah.
One thing is what already exists, that's the NVC Africa network. Are you aware of this? I think so.
No, I'm not.
Ah, okay. Then we can give you the connection. Anne and Dismas, who had been here earlier, they are part of it. And they meet regularly every 6 weeks for community meetings. And in between, people can offer workshops online and everyone can attend. And the program has, in the meantime, has a lot of options where you can join meetings for free and get training for free. So this could be something really helpful.
Yeah, I put Anne's email in the chat, so you can write an email to Anne and Dietrich and say you would like to join the NVC Africa network. Did you want to say more, Imtrod?
Yes, and Anne lives in Bujumbura. in Burundi, and she has also worked in Rwanda and connects with people in DR Congo. So I think there are a lot of people around for networking.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, is there more questions?
Yeah, if there is no more question, maybe it's time to have an ending and say goodbye and give feedback. Did you get what you wanted to get for coming here? Or whatever you would like to share with the group before we end. So, Todd, do you have more you want to bring in before we have a closing round?
Just hoping that somewhere the universe have mercy with us and gives us a lot of money that everybody can come who wants to come.
Yeah. I think so. I think I can feel it. It's coming.
I can feel it too.
You feel it too, Mike. Wonderful. Then it's gonna happen. Yeah. So John, type in, yes, it was very informative. We do hope that we will participate in the training. Yes, John, I hope so too. Others who want to say goodbye?
Yes, I want to say goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
The practice on judgments, either positive or negative, I recognize within me are in fact demonstration of unmet needs. And my need for learning how to learn vocabulary of needs and particular needs behind my judgments has been met during this exercise. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Dr. Hassan?
Yes, I just want to know, can I have the link for registration for Kenya IIT? Because I couldn't get the link. I know I registered out of India. It's only this Kenya one. I could not get the link. If you can assist to get the link. So let me try and see if God willing, I'll be able to register and see how I will participate. Thank you.
Yes, I can resend it. I think you had not been here when Kirsten sent it, so you don't have it.
Yes, I'm asking of the link for the registration for Kenya IIT.
Yes, I'm going to send it again.
Okay, thank you very much, Edward. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm going to put in one more link, which is a link to our fundraiser. So if you have some extra money, we invite you to donate money. There's the last link in the chat here. Or if you know someone who have money, you can ask them if they will donate money to this IIT so we can give scholarships to more people.
Or if you know someone who has money and wants to support you to come, you can also ask them. So you can.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. I want to say thank you for the opportunity to learn. My internet wasn't so wonderful, but I've been able to connect
and my needs for learning have been met. And I liked when Introd talked about, you meet the needs that you're able to meet and then mourn what I'm not able to meet. I think that was very graceful of her. And I think it's so practical in many occasions when I'm overwhelmed that I'm able to acknowledge that I'm not able to meet this need and mourn that. Thank you so, so much. I'm glad I joined.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pauline, for this feedback.
You're welcome.
Okay, I think we can say goodbye.
Yes, so thank you for coming and have a continue good day. I have almost 11 o'clock where I am, but you have only afternoon where you are, or maybe evening.
Yeah.
So have a good time.
Thank you.
Hope to see you in Nigeria. Sorry.
In Kenya.
In Kenya. I wanted to say Nairobi.
Yeah.
Nairobi is with an N, Nairobi. So it
Yeah,
became
thank you.
Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Itrad.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you.
you all.
Glad to hear from you again.
Yes. Thank you, Angela.
Okay, thank you, Truth. I've learned a lot because I've seen there's a lot of difference between the IT and the local organized training. And I've seen there's a lot of difference because in the IT you get a full content, a full package. And then in the IT there's slight difference. So I've learned a lot. Thank you, Kirsten, also.
Thank you.
For making this session of today live. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Nice to see you here.
Nice also to see you, Sam.
Thank you and goodbye. Have a pleasant evening.
You
Goodbye.
too.
Goodbye.
So you're closing the meeting? Goodbye.